early decades of the 20th century were a time of profound and often violent transformation. Yet within the walls of Buckingham Palace, King George V and Queen Mary projected an image of unwavering constancy. Their world was one of heavy silk, polished brass, and ancient protocols, a stark contrast to the churning gears of industrialization and the gathering storms of global conflict. They were the embodiment of the old order, figures who seemed to have stepped from the pages of history into a modern age they did not wholly trust. To a nation grappling with the loss of the Great War and the anxieties of a new era, the King and Queen were more than figureheads. They were a living symbol of continuity, duty, and the enduring strength of the British nation. Their presence was a quiet but powerful reassurance that while empires might fall and societies might fracture, the crown would remain. This sense of stability was meticulously curated. The year 1936 delivered a shock to the British establishment. It reverberated across the empire. It brought the monarchy to the brink of catastrophe. Upon the death of his father, Edward VIII ascended the throne. He brought a gust of modern air that many found refreshing. He was seen as a king for a new generation, someone who could connect with the common person. But his desire for a modern life extended to his private affairs. The king was deeply in love with Wallis Simpson. Wallis Simpson, an American socialite. She was a commoner and in the process of a second divorce. In the rigid moral climate of the 1930s, this was an insurmountable obstacle. He was also the head of the Church of England. For the king to marry a twice-divorced woman was considered unacceptable by many. The government, the church, and a significant portion of the public. Prime Minister Stanley Baldwin made it clear the government would not support the marriage. The established church could not condone it. Edward was presented with an impossible ultimatum. Keep your crown or have the woman you love. He could not have both. The crisis unfolded behind closed doors, palaces, government offices, for weeks. Then the news finally broke and created a sensation. The nation was split. Those who sympathized with the king's romantic plight, and those who were appalled by his willingness to forsake his duty. From the ashes of the abdication crisis emerged a new and wholly unexpected monarch, Prince Albert, Duke of York, the younger brother of the departed Edward. He was a shy, private family man, burdened with a pronounced stammer that made public speaking an agonizing ordeal. He had never been groomed for the throne and had no desire to occupy it. Yet when his brother chose love over duty, the responsibility fell to him. Taking the regnal name George VI, in a deliberate nod to his steady and dependable father, he reluctantly accepted the crown. His immediate task was immense: to heal the deep wounds left by the scandal and to restore the public's shattered faith in the monarchy as an institution of unwavering service and stability. He was, in every way, the antithesis of his glamorous and impulsive brother. His quiet and unassuming nature, once seen as a weakness, quickly became his greatest strength. Alongside his formidable wife, Queen Elizabeth, he set about rebuilding the image of the monarchy one dutiful act at a time. They projected an image of a devoted family, grounding the crown not in glamour and celebrity, but in the relatable virtues of domesticity, faith, quiet perseverance. King George VI worked tirelessly to overcome his speech impediment, a personal struggle that, when revealed, earned him the deep admiration and sympathy of his people. The ultimate test of his reign came with the outbreak of the Second World War. While other European royals fled into exile, George VI and his family resolved to remain in London, sharing the dangers of the Blitz with their people. When Buckingham Palace was bombed, the Queen famously declared that she was glad, for it meant she could look the East End in the face. This simple act of solidarity was profoundly powerful. The King and Queen became a beacon of hope and defiance in the country's darkest hour. their regular radio broadcasts and visits to bomb-damaged cities, providing comfort and inspiration to a populace under constant threat. Princess Elizabeth's path to the throne was forged in the shadow of her uncle's abdication and shaped by her father's profound sense of duty. From a young age, she was taught her life would not be her own. It would be a life of service. She saw how her father's quiet dedication rescued the monarchy. That lesson guided her whole existence. In 1947, on her 21st birthday, she made a solemn vow to the Commonwealth declaring, "My whole life, whether it be long or short, shall be devoted to your service." Her marriage to Philip that year formed a lifelong partnership. It became a bedrock of support. In February 1952, the life she knew as a young wife and as a mother came to an abrupt end. While on tour in Kenya, she received news her father had died. She ascended a treehouse as a princess and descended as a queen. At 25, she returned to a grieving Britain to assume the crown. Her coronation the next year was a spectacular televised event, a national celebration and a symbolic fresh start. It marked the start of a new Elizabethan age as Britain and the world transformed. Her reign, the longest in British history, became a masterclass in stability and adaptation. She presided over the managed decline of the British Empire and the birth of the Commonwealth. She navigated shifts in social attitudes, political landscapes, and technological advancements. She met a parade of world leaders, Winston Churchill, Nelson Mandela, becoming a living link to modern history. Across decades, she stayed remarkably consistent. Her Christmas broadcasts, her presence at state openings of Parliament, her stoic demeanour in triumph and in tragedy made her a reassuring fixture for generations. Her power was not in grand pronouncements, nor in political interventions, but in her unwavering presence and in subtle, symbolic acts of unity. Following the long and defining Second Elizabethan era, the ascension of King Charles III in 2022 marked the beginning of a new, distinct chapter for the British monarchy. Having been the longest-serving heir apparent in British history, King Charles came to the throne with a lifetime of experience and a well-established set of passions and priorities. Where his mother's style was one of deliberate neutrality and quiet observation, his is more openly engaged and intellectual. For decades as the Prince of Wales, he championed causes that were often ahead of their time. Environmental sustainability, organic farming, the preservation of architectural heritage. These were not mere hobbies, but deeply held convictions he is now weaving into the fabric of his reign. His style as monarch is one of careful evolution rather than radical revolution. King Charles has spoken of his desire for a slimmed-down monarchy, one that is more focused, efficient, and in tune with the economic realities of the 21st century. This approach seeks to answer public concerns about the cost and scale of the royal institution, while preserving its core functions of state and national unity. He brings a more openly personal and sometimes even emotional tone to his public duties, a contrast to his mother's famously stoic reserve. He aims to demonstrate that the crown can be a compassionate and active force for good, engaging directly with issues like interfaith dialogue, youth opportunity, the challenges facing rural communities. This new Carolingian age is also defined by a conscious effort to reflect the diversity of modern Britain. The King has made it a priority to be a defender of faith, rather than just the faith, acknowledging the multicultural, multi-faith society that Britain has become. His engagements and patronage reflect this commitment, seeking to build bridges between different communities and to ensure that the monarchy is seen as a unifying symbol for all its citizens, regardless of their background or beliefs. He understands that for the institution to thrive in 2026 and beyond, it must be seen to represent and serve the entire nation in all its rich complexity, not just a historical ideal of it. However, his reign is not without its challenges. He assumes the throne at a time of significant political and social flux, and he must navigate the delicate task of being a symbol of unity while holding strong personal views. The transition from his mother's universally beloved reign carries the immense weight of expectation. His mission is to honor the legacy of stability and service that she so perfectly embodied, while gently adapting the institution to meet the demands of a new era. As King Charles III shapes the present, all eyes turn to the future embodied by his heir, Prince William, and his wife, Catherine. They represent the next stage in the monarchy's evolution, a bridge between traditions of the past and a younger, digitally native generation. Their popularity is an asset for the crown, offering continuity and a modern, family-oriented image. They balance formal royal duty with a relatable, down-to-earth approach. Their work focuses on a few core issues for deeper, visible impact. Prince William centers his public service on mental health, aiming to break down stigma and encourage open conversation. The Princess of Wales champions early childhood development, spotlighting the first crucial years. Their issue-driven approach moves beyond ribbon-cutting to substantive advocacy. In an age of social media and a 24-hour news cycle, they use a modern direct communication style. They use Instagram and Twitter to share work, shape their narrative, and reach a global audience. This digital savvy keeps them relevant, especially to younger people. They offer a curated window into family life, humanizing the institution and reinforcing purpose. Their presence gives long-term stability. The clear, popular line of succession reassures the nation. It signals the crown is secure for generations, and that modernization will continue. William and Catherine are active partners, learning their craft and building relationships. They are the living guarantee that the monarchy, having survived the crisis of 1936, is prepared for the 21st century. The journey of the British monarchy, from the scandalous rupture of 1936 to its position of quiet stability in 2026. The abdication of Edward VIII was more than a family drama. It was a constitutional earthquake. It forced the crown to look inward and rediscover its fundamental purpose. It was a painful lesson that the monarchy's legitimacy does not derive from glamour or personal charisma, but from an unwavering commitment to public service and self-sacrifice. The reluctant, dutiful reign of George VI healed the immediate wound, and the long, steadying presence of Elizabeth II transformed that healing into an enduring bond of trust and affection. Today, in a world that is faster, more fragmented, and often more divided than ever before, the monarchy's role as a symbol of unity is arguably more important than it has been for decades. In an era of fierce political polarization and fleeting social media trends, the crown provides a rare point of stillness and continuity. It is a thread that runs through the national story, connecting generations, reminding people of a shared history and identity that transcends the daily news cycle. Royal occasions, whether moments of celebration like a jubilee or of solemnity like a state funeral, are among the few events remaining that can bring the nation together in a shared experience. Beyond the symbolism, the monarchy continues to serve a practical purpose. The work of the royal family in supporting thousands of charities, celebrating community heroes, and recognizing public service provides a national framework for encouragement and validation. A visit from a member of the royal family can bring invaluable attention to a local cause, boost morale in a town recovering from hardship, or honor the quiet, unsung work of volunteers across the country. This is the monarchy in its most tangible form, not as a distant, gilded institution, but as an active participant in the life of the nation, working to amplify the good that is being done at every level of society. It acts as a non-political source of encouragement and national pride. Ultimately, the crown endures because it embodies a set of values that many Britons still hold dear: duty, honor, and service to a cause greater than oneself.